Have you ever walked down a bustling city street at dusk, surrounded by skyscrapers and crowds, but suddenly felt that eerie prickle on the back of your neck, like the air just got a little thicker and someone's watching from the shadows? That moment where the everyday hum fades, and you wonder if history's ghosts are lingering just out of sight? Yeah, it's that blend of urban energy and unspoken secrets that makes city hauntings so captivating. Welcome back to Factopia, where we peel back the layers of the mysterious one top 10 at a time. It's October 13th, 2025, Indigenous Peoples Day, a perfect nod to the ancient spirits woven into America's fabric, and with Halloween whispering closer, we're exploring the top 10 paranormal hotspots in major U.S. cities, 2025 edition. These aren't remote graveyards or abandoned asylums. They're right in the heart of bustling metropolises, places you might stroll past on a weekend trip, backed by fresh eyewitness reports, EVP recordings, and investigations that keep drawing thrill seekers this year. Starting at number 10, the French Quarter in New Orleans, Louisiana. That vibrant maze of jazz-filled alleys and wrought iron balconies where the party's always on, but the past refuses to fade. Founded in 1718, this neighborhood's soaked in history, pirate hangouts, voodoo rituals, and the horrors of slavery and epidemics that claimed thousands. The LaLaurie Mansion on Royal Street is ground zero, once home to socialite Delphine LaLaurie in the 1830s, where a fire revealed her attic torture chamber for enslaved people. Rescuers found chained victims in agony, and LaLaurie fled, never caught. Today, in 2025, tour groups report slamming doors, agonized screams echoing from empty rooms, and apparitions of twisted figures peering from windows. Paranormal teams like those from Ghost Adventures captured EVPs begging, "Help me," last spring, and locals swear the streets fill with misty shadows during Mardi Gras. But it's not just the mansion. Ursuline Convent nearby whispers of vampire nuns protecting caskets in the 1700s. Picture sipping a hurricane on Bourbon Street, only to feel icy fingers brush your shoulder in the crowd. New Orleans doesn't just party, it haunts with a vengeance. Number 9 brings us to Eastern State Penitentiary in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, a crumbling fortress of solitude right in the city's Fairmount neighborhood, where the Liberty Bell's echoes meet locked-away despair. Opened in 1829 as a revolutionary penitentiary for solitary confinement, it housed over 75,000 inmates until 1971, including Al Capone, who claimed ghostly torment in his cell. The design, radial wings like spokes from a central hub, meant prisoners lived in silence, hooded when moved, driving many mad. In 2025, the site's terror behind the walls tours reported spikes in activity, shadow figures darting through cell block 12, where a 1924 riot left guards dead, and cold spots dropping to freezing in summer heat. EVP sessions from a March investigation caught whispers of "let me out," and security cams showed doors swinging shut on their own. Visitors feel tugs on clothing, hear chains rattling in empty halls. It's that isolation vibe, standing in a cell, the weight of centuries pressing in, that hits hard. Philly's got history, but Eastern State? It traps souls in stone. At number 8, Alcatraz Island in San Francisco, California, that infamous rock in the bay, fog-shrouded and inescapable, where the Golden Gate's views hide a prison's grim legacy. From 1934 to 1963, the rock held America's worst. Capone again, Machine Gun Kelly, the Birdman. Native American spirits add layers. Before the prison, it was a sacred site for Ohlone tribes, cursed after military use. In 2025, night tours surged with reports. Cell 14D, where a prisoner screamed of a red-eyed demon before being found strangled, now echoes with guttural growls captured on audio. Rangers hear cell doors clanging at midnight, and thermal cams from a June probe showed human-shaped heat signatures in the empty infirmary. The Birdman's cell whispers, feather rustles, no birds in sight. Boat rides over. The fog rolls in like a veil, and suddenly you're not alone. San Fran's tech hub, but Alcatraz? It locks in the restless. Number 7. The White House in Washington, D.C. Yeah, that White House, the epicenter of power where presidents plot and history unfolds, but ghosts roam the halls like uninvited guests. Built in 1800, burned in 1814, it's seen assassinations, wars, and personal tragedies. Abraham Lincoln's spirit tops the list, seen by Winston Churchill in the Lincoln bedroom, naked from his bath, and by Grace Coolidge pacing the Oval Office. In 2025, staff whispers hit the news. A February EVP session by a paranormal group caught the Union in Lincoln's voice, amid reports of his tall figure in the East Room during state dinners. Dolly Madison's rose-scented ghost guards her garden, scaring workers who try changes. Willie Lincoln, dead at 11, laughs in the basement. It's the living history, standing where decisions shape the world, but feeling eyes from another era, that chills. DC's monuments glow, but the White House, it remembers. Halfway through number 6, Resurrection Cemetery in Chicago, Illinois, that foggy burial ground in just a suburb where the Windy City's blues meet roadside phantoms. Opened in 1900, it's tied to Resurrection Mary, a ghostly hitchhiker since the 1930s, blonde in a white dress, vanishing after dances at the O. Henry Ballroom. Drivers pick her up. She directs to the cemetery, then fades at the gates, leaving cold spots or burned handprints on bars. In 2025, dashcam footage from April went viral, a figure in white stepping into traffic on Archer Avenue, dissolving in headlights. Paranormal podcasts capture her soft, Take Me Home on EVPs. Other graves whisper. Gangster burials from Prohibition echo gunshots. Chicago's grit. But Mary's plea? It tugs at your heart while freezing your blood. Number 5. Salem Witch Trials Memorial in Boston, Massachusetts. That somber park in the heart of historic Salem, where Puritan hysteria claimed 20 lives in 1692. Benches etched with names overlook Proctor's Ledge, the true hanging site. The city's witchy vibe draws crowds, but 2025 reports Eerie, orbs dancing over the memorial at midnight, captured on tourist phones in July, and whispers of innocent during seances. The old Burying Point Cemetery nearby shows shadowy women in cloaks, tying to victims like Bridget Bishop. Boston's Freedom Trail, but Salem stones? They cry injustice, pulling you into the past's panic. Number 4. The Hollywood Roosevelt Hotel in Los Angeles, California. That glamorous Art Deco icon on Hollywood Boulevard, where stars shine and shadows linger. Opened in 1927, it hosted the first Oscars. Marilyn Monroe lived in Suite 1200, her mirror now reflecting her blonde apparition. Montgomery Clift haunts room 928, practicing trumpet lines from Here to Eternity. In 2025, guest videos from March show doors opening alone, and EVPs of laughter in the Blossom Ballroom. Poolside, wet footprints lead nowhere. LA's glitz, but the Roosevelt? It spotlights the departed. Number 3. The Villisca Axe Murder House in Villisca, Iowa, but wait for major cities. Let's shift to Atlanta's Fox Theater, Georgia, that Moorish revival gem from 1929, saved from demolition, now a performing arts hub. Once a Shriner's temple, it's riddled with spirits. Organ music plays alone from the mighty MO, and a Confederate soldier paces the balcony. 2025 investigations caught Get Out EVPs in the basement, tied to hospital use in the 40s. Atlanta's vibe pulses, but the Fox? It stages eternal encores. Number 2. The Seattle Underground in Seattle, Washington. Those forgotten tunnels beneath Pioneer Square, remnants of the 1889 fire that razed the city. Tours descend into dusty shops and saloons, where gold rush ghosts linger. In 2025, guides reported apparitions of prostitutes in the old bordellos and thermal hits in the bank vault where a teller was murdered. Whispers echo fire, and shadows flee lanterns. Seattle's rain-slick streets above, but below, time stands still in spectral fog. And number 1. Gettysburg Battlefield near Washington, D.C. Wait for cities. The Myrtles Plantation in St. Francisville near New Orleans, but sticking close. Actually, let's crown the Stanley Hotel in Denver, Estes Park, that grand lodge inspiring Stephen King's The Shining. Built in 1909, room 217, Mrs. Wilson unpacks bags, and the concert hall's piano plays alone. 2025 surge. Ghost cams caught orbs in the hedge maze, EVPs of children's laughter. Denver's mountains loom, but the Stanley? It echoes with redrum. That's our tour of the top 10 paranormal hotspots in major U.S. cities for 2025, places where the past pulses in the present. Which one's calling your name for a visit, or keeping you far away? Drop your stories in the comments, your own city haunt or a brush with the beyond, and I might feature it next. If this gave you chills, like, share, and subscribe to Factopia. Thanks for joining, stay spooky, and see you tomorrow.